You know, I thought about doing a compilation video of every single time Tony the Tiger has said he's done with YouTube. But because he's made so many videos and that they're no longer available for public consumption, it's really hard to track down. I mean, there's a very predictable cycle he goes through where he'll make a video attacking me, preferably when he sees some sort of weakness, because as much as people don't want to admit it, I'm human, I have my highs and I have my lows, and I can't always defend myself during a low. And just like any other human, sometimes I get wrapped up in bullshit and the bullshit catches up to me. But one thing I've learned about myself the past few days is that I leave such a strong impact on people. I mean, there have been women I've barely ever interacted with trying their damn hardest to get attention to the point where I've suddenly committed the great dastardly crime of, wait for it, hitting on them. Fucking hitting on them. There's never any proof of it, of course, because like that's how fucking devoted I was to my relationship. But we're taught to take these poor innocent victims at their word. Maybe I could do a video rating their appearances, you know, as far as suitors go, but they have very ugly personalities that I don't think I'd want anything to do with them. That would just be asking for trouble. On the converse, I found out that there are also women who aren't trying to hang me up on the cross and actually find these qualities I exhibit to be very attractive. Like my devotion, or the fact I stand by my own values, or the fact I've been able to heal by finding greater purpose in God and exercising and wanting to pursue a career that lets me travel around. You know, it's kind of funny how that works out. I think the problem with my generation is that there's a lot of low quality partners, people that have not figured their shit out. And I'm not even saying I figured my shit out, like I'm only fucking 24. But there's people that just cannot dedicate themselves to the idea of something greater. There are people that just want to hang around smoking weed all day, for example. There are guys that don't want to step up and be men and be providers. There are women that don't want to be women and end up just emasculating their partners because they're encouraged to with this toxic feminist culture, this I don't need no man bullshit, where the guy is always the fucking devil. I made a joke in the previous video that I was applying for the Daily Wire. Honestly, if I get bored and just want to do videos again, I might rebrand into like political or societal commentary. I mean, YouTube drama is fun, but it's gotten very stale. I mean, we might get gems like Jack's Films versus Sniper Wolf occasionally, but it's really just descended into fucking, like, YouTube drama and commentary channels have descended into people on Discord just calling each other pedophiles. I mean, most of them don't even know the meaning of the word. They're just helping actual predators when they start saying, like, a 19-year-old, for example, is dating a 17-year-old is grooming. You know, sane people recognize that there is an age of consent. Sane people recognize that pedophilia is like the attraction to fucking prepubescent kids. Like fucking David trying to get CP, a literal crime, off a fucking 14-year-old child that is below the age of consent. But technicalities like a 19-year-old and a 16-year-old, for example, technicalities like that just give you the opportunity to slander someone, which is very valuable in this modern online simulation because there's a lot of competition that goes on, you know? It's survival of the fittest. The real question is, how many more clickbait Tony the Tiger inspired videos am I gonna make this month? Probably until I run out of titles. I think the next title I'm gonna roll with is I'm sick of this, in all caps, right? I'm trying to make this channel look like a Kanye West level manic mental breakdown, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job at that. My theory about Tony and why he did his videos the way he did is that he's like Boogie, and he's addicted to the sympathy and the idea of like people begging him to come back to YouTube. Despite him being like a quote-unquote comedian and a critic, he's got very thin skin to the point where just a couple YouTube comments is enough to get him to shut down his fucking channel. For me, it's the implosion of my life. That is what gets me to private my channel. But maybe I'll get so used to it that like I'll be a full-on like YouTube sociopath where like even though my life is like falling apart, I'll just keep making videos like nothing's going on. I don't know. There are plenty of channels like that.
I always knew there was something not quite right with demonic William Abyss.